Splish, splash, splish, splash. Hey, welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we met Gray's wife Rosanna, and this time we're gonna go and help Gray out a little bit more. Talk to you first. How'd you help Ms. Miski out with the scouting mission the other day? Thanks for that. Don't mention it. It was a perfectly natural thing for us to do. Aren't you an oven-fresh newlywed? Is that right? Not that I have a clue what that even means. Kabata told me that something ever happened to Miski, you'd cry about it. I guess he's a pretty important guy then. Yes, Miski is more important to me than the air we breathe. I'm so glad he's safe and sound.
I see some relations have changed.
Yeah, nice always getting to chat with some people. But more importantly for us right now is this big question mark that showed up right here. Hello, large question mark. Actually, can we talk to San first? Let's do that.
Azilia's dad was locked up in the prison camp. I guess it's worse than that. It isn't just that he's gone. She doesn't even know if he's alive. She must be so full of despair right now.
Hey, dearest. Got a minute for me?
Sure. What's going on?
You remember what we talked about?
So help me, Gray. You mind sparing us the scowl? Making them nervous.
I highly doubt that.
No, actually you are.
There you have it. There's no helping this guy. Stubborn as they come, he is.
Oh, yeah. You were, married, weren't you?
Oh, I didn't know you knew each other.
This lady, she's Gray's partner, right?
Yes, that's right. What about babies? You guys got any babies?
Yeah,
So it seems that even the unflinching Gray can be caught unawares.
can we be done with the tomfoolery? Just tell me what you wanted, and quick.
It's about the investigation. It was still ongoing until recently, but...
Wait. Someone could overhear us if we do this here. I'll prepare a secure location. We can talk in more detail then.
What are we even talking about?
Nothing that concerns you.
Actually, I'm thinking of asking for their help.
What?
They've been very cooperative in matters like this one. I think you'll find their assistance beneficial.
But I will I? Well, alright.
Right then. Rosanna, you can fill them in.
Sure thing. Thanks, Monica.
That's such a payback for treason.
Right. Nobody should bother us here. Now let's hear it.
Okay. Well, we've been investigating for a while, and we discovered some suspicious activity from some of our own city folk.
What suspicious activity?
My husband here initially asked me if I could do something about the hardliners' aggressive policies.
We knew those guys were up to no good, so we were trying to take precautions.
Well, listen to this. Apparently, the hardliners might be using city technology to nefarious ends. It sounds like something was stolen from R&D. And we expect that that something will be abused to further their goals. Now, we can't say what those are exactly.
What could have driven them to this?
You have to understand, this place isn't as monolithic as it might seem. Some folks take a really inflexible stance towards issues they might have, no matter how small. That's the long and short of it.
Yes, it's just that this time, the problems have come to a head somewhat. We like to avoid unrest within the city as much as is reasonably possible. So I asked my husband for guidance.
And additionally, I figured that you might lend your assistance as well.
Oh, I see. So that's what's going on here.
Yes, of course we'll help.
Although you know you could have come to us with this in the first place, right, Gray? Sorry about my husband. You know, he's not the most communicative type. Understatement of the year.
Huh. It just struck me. Gray's all wrinkly, but you're not.
Oh. Oh, you're right. I'm a lot younger than he is, so that's certainly part of it. Right, honey?
Come on, talk to us, Grey. Communication. You must have heard of it, at least.
I know he looks like a right grump. He's a good bloke, really. That furrowed brow comes with age, too, I'm sure.
Do I have to endure this much longer?
Now I get it. I did wonder how a guy like Grey could cope in a place like this. You keep him on the straight and narrow.
Oh dear, you really think so? In any case, those things you collected also seem to have gone for a walk.
So in short, you want us to take them back by force?
There you go again, just asking for trouble. No need, I'm sure we can resolve this amicably. What I wanted to ask you is if you could collect some more.
Some more of what, exactly? Oh, do you mean those things Grey was gathering?
Yes, that's right. We've got an approximate location, so let me give you that first.
We can handle this, no problem.
Looks like we're doing this, G-Dog. Time to saddle up.
Yes.
I'll do some looking myself as well, I reckon.
Don't throw your back out.
That should be my line. You're always so reckless.
I know. I know.
So Grey's what passes for a good bloke round here, huh?
I told you not to maunder on. Get going to Daedal Isle.
This is probably one of the quests that Uni is the biggest star of. Uni is a hilarious character. She's fantastic. All the characters, all the Ouroboros characters are great. I mean, all the heroes are pretty great too. But like, Ouroboros is such a fun cast. It's very cool. Regardless, it's a good thing we found this 5th pillar remnant. Gets us a lot quicker out to Daedal Isle. Actually, I was going to be around for this, but I think
I'll protect you. I'll protect you.
We'll go Lost Vanguard just because it's something that we don't have as a class right now. You can just pop on by. Lots of big birds. Hello, big bird number 1. Speaking of, good lord, I just saw how.
Strong enemies.
Oh yeah, we do have a lot of HP. I mean, we have 2 face tanks. Kind of surprised me that Nipponic Champion has that much HP.
Everyone.
What in the hell?
I'm sorry.
Game's been acting real weird.
Is it supposed to be here?
If she had information to pass us, it must have come from Monica. That ought to make it trustworthy.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder. We still haven't found a thing yet.
Doesn't seem to be anything here either.
Doesn't look like it's gonna turn up. How about we just give up and head back already? Oi, Grey, you listening? I said...
Wait. An ambush, eh?
Huh?
You finally made it, Grey.
And you are?
Looks like the info was good. We'll have a bit of your time if you don't mind.
What a lovely group of people here. Let's just pop up a big ol' arm veil.
Good timing.
And pop that. We can take a little bit of HP. Pop you. Yeah, I mean, not too big a deal here, I don't think. And we can Electrofield again. Armor Veil, pretty good. Ah, a little late on it. And of course, now I'm just bad. I'm bad at this game. Let's just do that. Well, we'll just have to wait. You got any people, like, kind of in a close area? Sure. We can bop you. Do we have any launching? Nope. Alright. I tried.
What just happened here?
They look vaguely like lost numbers.
Yeah,
I thought they were supposed to be our allies.
I suspect they're just an irritant, sent here to slow me down.
But who'd want to slow you down? Are they part of that opposing faction you were banging on about?
So then, these soldiers would have to be...
They're part of Monica's faction, no question. But even that's got its share of radicals like these guys. The ones that like to stir things up.
Stir up what, though? Nothing good, I guess.
Their ultimate objective is the eradication of Mobius. But they'll stop at nothing to achieve it. That's where the trouble starts. They see the key pieces aligned on the board. Even Ouroboros are now in play. Now all it would take is to wrench the command from Monica, and the entire city could be mobilized.
Could they really do that?
There are ways. Steal enough Levnisses from us, whittle away at Monica's support, and soon she'll be wide open. Hard to tell exactly how they'll make their move. But it seems they've decided the time is ripe.
Okay, and what's that got to do with slowing you down?
Unlike most city folk, I'm a lone wolf. Might be they didn't account for me in their calculations and just simplified the maths.
Since Gray's not usually in the city, they would have to get him where they want him, then restrict his movements.
Oh, right. Now I'm with you.
You see?
Hang on. One more thing. Doesn't that still seem weird? It was Rosanna that told us to come here, right?
That's right. And we were ambushed. That would suggest an information leak.
What do you want to do now?
Whoever goes up against me, they're getting crushed. That's all.
And what about Rosanna?
We're going back to the city. Come on, keep up.
I hope you weren't followed.
We've got enough decoys to keep them off our case, so I doubt they'd find us so easily. Still, if we keep twiddling our thumbs, it's only a matter of time before they rumble us.
We've already sent men.
Well, that was unavoidable. He's Vandam's man through and through.
5 years we've been biding our time. Now that we have a chance, we can't let it pass us by.
Yes, agreed. So why'd you jeopardize everything by stealing that thing? If it hadn't been me that noticed first, our whole plan could have gone up in smoke.
Well, maybe this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been taking your sweet time with this thing.
Calm down, both of you. They'll never find this place. And even if they do realize something's amiss, I've got ways to keep Monica off the scent.
If you say so.
Getting her out of here will leave one fewer obstacle in the city. The only problem is Gray.
Some problem, though. He fought with Guernica on the front lines.
And his nose is as sharp as ever. Still, you can handle him, yeah?
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Well, that should earn us some time. I don't see any outstanding issues.
Rosanna's close to the core of the R&D team. And most importantly, she has Monica's ear. She'll use her non-combatant position if it's her neck on the line. Even if she has to betray her own husband. We'll be under more scrutiny than ever. So don't you dare do anything stupid.
Trust me, I won't. I wouldn't throw my back out for nothing.
If the others try to hinder our plans, we might have to actually use this thing. Best we put our plans in motion ASAP.
Seriously, how could our whereabouts have been leaked?
The investigation comes later. First, back to the city.
The intrigue continues. Woo! Spooky. Yeah, we'll just pop on back into the city, as expected. As we zip on over. Ooh, loading in, loading in.
Gray.
You're the guy who works with Monica.
There's something I wanted to pick your brains about.
Let's hear it.
I've heard your Rosanna has been trying to get outside.
I see.
She was stopped by the soldiers and turned back just like that, they say. Just for my own conscience, I went to check it with the R&D team, but they said she'd not come in that day.
Whoa, is she okay? What if she was forced into something by that lot who attacked us?
You were attacked?
It's nothing. Keep going.
Right, well, that's about it. It just seemed a bit fishy, is all, which is why I wanted it noted.
What did Monica have to say?
About that. She actually took an away team and went out. Something about a request from Rosanna. Seemed urgent. I mean, I suppose it must have been to get the boss moving like that. I wonder what that's all about.
No clue. But I'll look into it.
Appreciate it. Really, I do. Somehow, I don't feel like sticking my neck out myself here. Great. Do you know where Rosanna could be?
I haven't the faintest idea.
You seem real relaxed for someone whose partner's missing, pal.
She made Monica leave the city and tried to go outside herself too. That does feel rather odd. Furthermore, Rosanna should be aware of the dangers that await a non-combatant on the outside.
Right? And if there was something she needed from beyond, couldn't she have just asked Monica? Well, you want to contribute or what?
Whatever the case may be, Rosanna's tough. She'll be fine.
Huh?
I don't know where she went, but I can think of a few people who might.
Well then, shall we try asking them? That might be the quickest way.
Who are we asking then?
A doctor, a mechanic, and an old friend.
I like how Uni's just done with Gray's shit in general. I do love the dynamic between Uni and Gray. And Uni and pretty much everyone, honestly. Uni's I've mentioned this earlier. Uni's fantastic. This place here is nice. Not too dissimilar to a column at sea. The only weird thing is that occasionally the little ones like to follow me round. Kids, mate. Yeah, Dave, how much better talk in the city, eh? Real popular, like. Yeah, that's definitely not it. Yeah, I mean, it could be. You never know. Got to Drum. Hello, Drum. I need to ask you something. Friend mean about Rosanna? That's right. Rosanna apparently been busy lately. Drum not seen her for 3 days. Shame. Would have liked to spend more time tinkering with the automaton. Automaton? That's right. Let's regulate settings on some automaton. Great, you know about this? I didn't. Haven't even heard. Just automaton you regulated. Where is it now? Drum know it in hiding place, and not know any more than that. You were working on automaton, but you don't know where it was. Drum told it question of trade secret. Had to walk to place with eyes covered. Drum think it was still in city, but maybe on very tippy edge. Got it. That'll be all.
I see some relations have changed.
Drum is a loyal and grateful disciple of Master Pun. Master Pun not only master of lenses, but also all vehicles, weapons, and tools. Very clever about all these things. Mr. Samuel's a real expert, isn't he? Correct. Real deal Master Pun of Drum. Well, I somehow call bullshit on me not seeing her for 3 days. We saw her literally yesterday, last episode. Azalea very smart. Too smart. Doesn't like lively wastes of time. But stay on track with failure, and things with hard to perceive end goal. There not be less time. There is bright future ahead, even for wasting of time. You just want Azalea to understand this. I'm sure you'll get that across to her. So passionate about it, it's bound to have an impact on her. It might take a while, though. Yeah, just... Again, learning... I do like the city. Again, I just wish the city was a little bit easier to navigate, but that could just be because I'm dumb. So, you know. Hello, Clara. Oh my, now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. I have a question for you. Well, that's unexpected. Tell me, what do you and I have to talk about?
Do you know where Rosanna is?
Rosanna? No, I don't believe I do. She's not like the rest of us, that girl. We don't have very much in common. What do you mean exactly? Oh, you know, her way of thinking is not really compatible with ours. She's the kind of child who will do anything to get her way as a little Rosanna.
Oh, no chit-chat. If you don't know anything, then we're done here.
Was that any way to treat your elders? So callous, Gray.
Come off it. I'm old enough to be your brother. I wish you wouldn't waste my time.
Saucy as ever. Alright, so listen here. I don't know where she is, but I can tell you a fascinating little tidbit. Rosanna happens to have some connections with my people.
You mean the Conservatives?
Being a doctor ought to make one impartial, but that rule isn't as reliable these days. So we've had to accept medicine from the girl at times. And at times she's been known to feed her a few scraps of information.
I get the picture. That's enough.
I'll say again, Rosanna's a good girl, but she's also a girl who puts her ends far above considering her means. You have to keep a tight rein on those types or you'll never know what they might get up to.
I see some relations have changed.
So, I mean, pretty easy there. And we can just keep on skipping. Skip. Is this Hollis? Yes, it is Hollis.
Got a question for you.
Nice to see you too, Gray. Rosanna's missing. Know anything? Rosanna? Well, she hasn't been here, I can tell you that much.
Look, I know you've had dealings with her. Tell me what you know.
You're trying to make a point or something? Some of the girl is dead is all.
What kind of a dead?
Ah, for the love of founders. Fine, I'll tell you. Got a feeling you won't leave me alone until I do. Got in some trouble with the hardliners some 5 years ago, alright? The leader, Brew, gave me a real good thumping. But Rosanna stepped in and made the bastards leave me be. Anyway, since then I've been greasing wheels for her a little here and there.
I see.
Once I even wrestled up some medicine she said she needed.
The hardliners again.
Come to think of it, why was Rosanna even around that time? It's always kind of bothered me, to be honest. I don't know what they've been planning, but they sure are about to wreak merry havoc on this place. I'm definitely grateful to Rosanna for that, if nothing else, but yeah, that's about the size of it.
Do you know where the hardliners are?
I could say I don't, but I doubt you listen. Oh, go on then, I'll tell you. One place is on the edge of Rebelli Plaza. I don't know the exact location, but they like using that area a lot. Another's in the Great Sword Passage, although I have to say I'm not sure if that one's like a room or what. Other than that, I suppose there's Media Lookout, maybe? You can see them across the whole city from there. As long as they can't make any big moves, I expect them to be in hiding.
Understood. That's enough.
I can imagine what you're going through, you know. But she's a stubborn one, that girl. You couldn't rein her in if you tried.
I didn't ask for your opinion.
I get all of our necessary information. I would have thought that you lot were acquainted with Gray and Rosanna. Not only that, but you were there when Guernica passed away. That was a terrible thing to happen.
I think we found out all that we can now.
Time we pulled our info. Yes, sir.
I do like Gray's voice. Again, I'll get into voice actors later. It's gonna be similar to the Mass Effect ones, where I don't really have too much knowledge of what they've done outside. Again, it's just different vocalization teams, voice teams. Obviously, Mass Effect a lot more like celebrity voice actors, while this one is a EU focused team. So
we could do with some food.
Yeah. Go in and chitty chat.
Could you all come round for a second?
Let's sum up what we've learned. First, we know Rosanna tried to send Gray and Monica out of the city. And we heard she tried to leave it herself as well. But it seemed unexpected for Rosanna to try and go outside. It could have been a message of some kind. A message? A message to convey the fact that she didn't leave the city, for instance. So what, you think she was trying to tell Gray something? You can't discount the possibility. She may have already become involved in some difficulties at the juncture. Hey, those hardliner guys that attacked us, do you think they're connected?
That goes to eradicate Mobius. Wouldn't pass them to get city people involved.
To my eyes, that's something to consider. Back up a sec. Rosanna's no way to fight, right? So why is she going against the hardliners? That's a good point. Additionally, she was also said to have connections to the Conservatives. Right, yeah, there is that. Of course, she might just have personal friends who might have to fall on both sides. That wouldn't be so strange. That fact does strike me as somewhat calculated, even mercenary. Gray, do you have anything you can tell us?
I don't know how she got involved in all this. But Rosanna, she'll do whatever it takes.
But she's set on something, there's no stopping that one. If her connections to another faction can serve as the means to her ends, there's no doubt my mind shall make use of them. I guess she did send us on that wild Meadows chase. Do you think we should end in league with those hardliners and that's what she tried to get snuffed out? It's possible. Wouldn't get it past her. What the spark are we nattering on here for? Right, perhaps we should start checking the places where the hardliners are rumored to hang out. Nice idea, but going by that doctor, I doubt they're all going to be neatly cooped up in one place. Should we just go over them one by one then? It doesn't strike me as realistic. There's no telling when they might make their move. Speaking of which, I'm worried by the mention of an automaton. Yeah, if those things get deployed inside the city, then we deal with those first. But we don't really know where they are. Let's see, the doctor gave us 3 suspected locations. True, knowingly there are multiple possibilities for the location of their hideout. Well, let's start with wherever's most likely then, I guess. No need. The places the good doctor gave us were meant to pinpoint the hardliner's stronghold. And the Nopon drum drum provided a hint at the automaton's location. Ah, gotcha. Put those clues together. Exactly. We shot the place overlooking the city, as well as the Rebellion Plaza area. It's an educated guess, but if I was going to hide an automaton anywhere, it'd be the 3rd place. What are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over there. Who waiting for it to load in? Waiting for the loading.
How are we looking out there?
Monica's still gone, but Gray's back with Ouroboros, looks like.
That guy really doesn't know when to quit.
Still, if we can just disrupt the command chain, everything else should fall into place, right?
Finally. Our toy will have its day.
Of course. It's high time we got to use this thing, and I couldn't think of a better opportunity.
Oh, yes. She turned out exactly as I'd hoped.
You're a sly one, aren't you? Getting people to accept you, then using them as you like.
I'm sorry. What?
Skilled technologists from R&D always have to be managed to a degree. We've watched you closely, and you've never leaked info about our actions to anyone.
You've helped us come this far. Regardless of the results, you've made your bed as our accomplice.
You're still not making any sense. You think the plan's going to fail?
I don't intend to let this opportunity pass me by. Whatever happens, I'll leave my mark on this city. I promise you that.
This is our chance to gain the upper hand in one fell swoop. No need to get gloomy.
Yes, that's exactly it.
We'll have Ouroboros in our hands, and we won't have to fight them. No more hiding, no more biding our time. No more taking anyone's crap. That stuff's for the birds.
Guernica, Monica, they're too soft by half.
We'll cause a disturbance in the city, then use the confusion to steal away all the Levnesses. Brilliant! With Monica gone, now's our window. We'll suppress the military and have them hand over the leadership.
Once we bend Ouroboros to our command, all we have to do is squish Mobius under our thumb.
You think they'll ally themselves with us? Even after we cause all this ruckus?
Ha! They're just a bunch of kids. They'll be putty in our hands.
Right. Yeah. Putty in our hands indeed.
Gonna be honest, ain't a great look right now. But we'll pop on over to the Great Sword, because I mean that's where they told us to go. It's where the doctor told us that we might find something. Yeah. So let's go see if the doctor was right, or if he's also one of the traitors. Dun dun dun. No, it seems like Rosanna's a traitor, but dun dun dun. Hello, beep boop. Knock, knock, knock. Just seriously, like, I don't know why Monica's out. The Lost Vanguard makes everyone look.
Is it really here?
Be on the lookout for a hidden door. Anything that strikes you as odd.
The Lost Vanguard makes everyone look fucking thick as hell.
Was it meant to be here somewhere? Looks like a whole load of nothing.
Well, this is where the doc said.
Wait. Here.
How did you know?
Too much effort to explain. Let's just go.
Are all old people this cranky? Beats me. Come on, let's just follow him.
I like that. It's too much effort to explain it. Should use that more often. It's like, and then, like anything I do writing wise. Too much effort to explain.
Oh, you sniffed us out all the way out here. You're like a right proper hound.
Ha! You're right on the money there. He's Vandam's little doggy is what he is. There's nothing for you here, Grey. Go wag your tail somewhere else.
Whoa, they're really laying into you. Go on, Grey, give him a real tongue lashing.
No need.
What? Sure there is. You're not gonna let these clods make fun of you and have the last word?
Ouroboros are still just kids, and it shows. If they're your latest traveling companions, then how the mighty have fallen.
If you're here, I assume it's because you figured out our plan.
Looks like we'll have to get rough. Or are you gonna sit there like a good pooch and lick yourself?
Yeah, I'm not that flexible. First, I'll kill you. You, I'll keep alive for now. Might still kill you later, if you don't tell me anything worthwhile.
Whoa. I knew we were gonna see action today. But this is more than I signed up for.
Yeah, doesn't spark around, does he?
Ouroboros are your only allies now. Rosanna is on our side. You still want to fight?
Of course. It is, after all, my job.
Loyal to a fault. That's a hound for you. But you can't protect the city with that wimpy attitude. Today, this hour, the city will be transformed. And the cause of peace demands a sacrifice.
Well, first things first, we gotta beat up a big robot. Also, they will learn our peaceful ways by force! Yeah, we can just focus on you. Hello. Ow. I don't think he's actually focused on us, so it's not really gonna do all too much. Oh, of course we're... Oh, actually, we might be able to... There we go. Get you toppled. I don't think we have our launch up, no. Do we... What class has our normal art launch? Do we have one? We definitely do somewhere, right? It's not just the Lone Exile's talent art, right? Anyways, regardless, this is actually pretty close in level to us. Oh, oh ho ho. Oh, you fool. We have extra damage against machines. Wow, that did like nothing. Here, you should focus on us. And we can bop. You know what? We can chain attack while you're down. That works for me. Yeah, we do attack up to all allies. I can wait a little bit on that one. Let's bop you. It gets us pretty good. Then, as for you, we can just wow. And then here, let's get up to 300%. That gets Uni back up. Sure. I can do that. Here, let's get our heal up, I think. It's our best bet. And then sure. Get a little bit more healing there. And then I don't think we have a chance to... I don't think we got a chance to get anything higher anyways, so... Ruthless Persecution does so much damage. FMJ is really good in chain attacks. Okay. That's pretty good. Here, let's go with that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's topple you. And then Senna shouldn't be too much, right? Yeah. It's up to 92. We should be fine. Yeah. We get up into Bravo range. 650. And 2 more up. Lansgray, Mio. Let's go and get Mios. I don't know, that just feels right, you know? And we can get it dazed. Sure. I mean, multiply by 1.5 times is real good, especially this late on. That gets us 875. It's cool, gets us Ouroboros, limits unbound. What does that do? Too much. Gonna get multiple in there. That's fine. Just bop you. Gets us up to our 99. We still have 1 more healer that we can get 2 bits of damage on. Even if it is from War Medic, which is very bad at damage. And we'll pierce. It's because we won the heroic chain. It's up to 1250%. Which is real nice. Some big damage there. I think it survives. Even at 1250. It was close, but it does still survive a little bit. Just barely. And we can bop you. Physical defense down. You're nearly done. Sorry. You're done! Now he is.
What?
What the? What's happened?
You bitch! What did you do, Rosanna?
Oh, didn't I tell you? There's a power threshold.
Like a maximum?
It's an interesting system. Little Drum and I incorporated it.
So now you decide to turn on us. You'll wish you hadn't done this.
No. I haven't betrayed anyone, at any point. It seems to me it's completely slipped your mind, when you were all acting so fishy 5 years ago. It was me who broached the subject to you, when you roughed up the doctor back then. You don't remember? And the Conservative leader, Garrett, who put you in touch with him? Me again. We'd round up all the unsavories and toss the trash all at once. And now, your time's up. My dear husband doesn't like me staying out too long. So now my part in this is over.
Here we go.
Rosanna! Gray! You bastards!
I see some relations have changed.
Rosanna's a badass. Also, just like hey, the affinity chart's been updated. But, I mean, this shouldn't be too bad. They are pretty close in level to us. We're gonna get to level 55. We might be up to 56 by the time we head into the jail, which would be a little bit of a shame, but yeah, well, not really too much to be done about that. Can pop those in. Keep punching people, beating them up, taking their lunch money. And pop you. Got a couple people bound. Very nice. There was absolutely no reason to do that, but I just thought it looked cool. That is one thing with the quick move system in this game. The animations are fantastic in this game. I mean, really the only issue with any of the animations is, like, quick draw and Stalker takes a really long time, but it still looks good. Like, the animation quality is fantastic in this game. I don't remember, well, I say I don't remember. I might have known at some point, but I'm actually not sure if I ever did know if if they've actually animated the flute playing correctly. I think they do, but that's something I don't quite recall. Again, it might, but it's not one I'm fully certain on if I remember that correctly or not. And just, I mean, Brew is taking a lot of hits, but, I mean, she's guarding Commander while we're lost Vanguard. Yeah. How much? This one, Lone Exile, and it's, well, Xeon, Monica, and Ashira's classes all, I get mixed up on their names.
As if you could ever bring peace to the city.
Man, I could have sworn Rosanna was one of the bad guys.
Me too.
Even you thought so, right?
Why would I?
Those shady dealings for a start. They didn't set off any alarm bells for you.
Honey, do you realize people can't read your mind?
I told you not to throw your back out.
Not what I was talking about, but I'll bite. You really can't stop being reckless, can you?
We're all still alive. I don't think that counts as reckless. Now, Guernica, he's the one who was reckless. But then again, even his actions may well have borne fruit.
We're back to talking in riddles again.
The original idea was for me to stop the hardliners myself, without involving all of you in this. So I'm sorry. I'm sure it was quite a burden.
I don't get the thinking here. Surely you could have just asked Gray for help in the first place.
Our opposition would have noticed something was up. They'd never have lowered their guard like that. They thought they had me pegged as weak. That's what made it easy for them to bring me aboard. That's basically it.
How much did Monica know?
Oh, she knows me. When I needed her out of the city, she obliged without a single peep. Some things you have to say out loud, and others go without saying. You know how it is.
Nah, I really don't.
Well, then one day, you will.
Huh. One of those things, is it?
Yep. Better get used to it.
What?
The point of us old-timers is to keep you youngsters on the right path. If you trust us, you don't have to hurry so much to try and understand things.
Oh my! Someone's a chatterbox today.
Oh, for spark's sake, could you not? All this beating around the bush is driving me up the wall.
Why don't I translate for you? He's saying he wants to keep working with you for a long time to come.
See, that I can understand. Right back at you, Gray.
I like Gray and Rosanna. They're fun. Thanks to Rosanna's wits and Gray's skills, the Hardliner scheme was foiled.
I see some relations have changed.
Of course, that means we do have another level of the class unlocked. And, as is tradition for these, it's time to go over the classes. It's how the class works in general. So, let's start at it by... we can just do it by... no, we will need someone. So, you know what? It's fitting for Uni to be the one. She was the inheritor after all. The FMJ, as I'm just going to refer to it, because it is a little bit... it's quicker to say. FMJ, the class multipliers at level 20 are 0.7 HP, 1.10 attack, 0.45 healing, 1.30 dex, 1.10 agility, 15 physical defense, and 15 ether defense. As for its skill, Sixth Sense will boost your accuracy against enemies using arts. This goes from 60, 70, 80, 90, and finally will double your accuracy against enemies using arts. Positioning Pro will allow you to use the boost your positional arts by 1. I don't know why it says upgraded at rank 15. It will always be just 1. Shock Shot will do extra damage against enemies performing arts by 60, 80, 90, and 100. So good at taking out enemies as they're using arts. And then Bullet Symphony is kind of the main thing with this class. Each attack that hits will boost your damage dealt up to a maximum of 255, and it's each consecutive hit goes from 10, 12, 15, 17, and finally 20 for every attack that hits. So, a lot of going against people who are using arts, and a lot of making sure that you hit. As for your arts, Quick Draw was a evade while using, and will boost your damage when attacking from the front. Goes from 70 to, goes from, where am I at? Oh, okay, so it is 80, 195, 210, 240, and 270. It is always 11 seconds recharge, goes from 50 to 70% at level 10, and finally 100% damage to the front, and it is also 2 hits. Next up is Dead Set. Dead Set will change your aggro to 0 and grant you accuracy up, which is 25% higher accuracy, up to a maximum of 97%. I don't think it's ever, you're ever fully at 100% accuracy. Technically, there always is a chance to miss, but 97 is still very good. The only thing that changes is the recharge time, 40 to 37.3 to 35.0, 32.0, and finally 29.0 seconds. Fatal Barrage will do extra damage from behind, has a power multiplier of 200 to 230, 260, 300, and 340. Recharge of 26.6, 25.0, 23.3, 21.3, and 19.3. Extra damage from behind goes from 100 to 120 at level 10, and 150 at level 20. This is one of the weirdest arts in the game, not for that, but rather for the fact that it actually changes the amounts of hits that it has based on who uses it. For male characters, it is only 8 hits, while for female characters, it will have 11 hits to it. This is just a weird quirk with it. I think there's one or two, there's a couple arts that do have a little bit different frame data. I don't remember any of them off the top of my head, but I know there's a few that, I think it's like, generally speaking, female characters have, like, in some arts they have 2 less frames. Very minor detail, but still, for people who are really, really wanting to metagame, that is something to keep in mind. Superstorm is extra accuracy and will inflict evasion down, which is a 25% less chance to dodge. Goes from 200, 230, 260, 300, and 340. Recharge of 20 to 18.6, 17.3, 16.0, and 14.6. And boosts accuracy by 30 to 40 at level 10 and 50% at level 20. And it is 2 hits as well. Demolition is an AoE attack with a very good range and has a chance to ignore defenses. Has a damage of 300 to 330, 360, 400, and 440. Recharge time of 30 seconds to 28.3, 26.6, 24.6, and 22.6. And it has a 30 to 40 at level 10 and 50% chance to ignore defenses. It is 4 hits for Ouroboros, but for Gray, it is actually 7 hits. So Gray is a little bit different with that. Your talent art is Violent Streak, which will always avoid always avoids defense. It is a big AoE around the user, and it will evade while you're using it. Has a damage multiplier of 500, 540, 580, 640, and 700, and has 12 hits to it. As for Gray, what he has unique, Vengeance is a unique art that just replaces Quick Draw. Executioner replaces Fatal Barrage, and Showdown replaces Superstorm, and just becomes an AoE. The stats are otherwise the exact same. As for Gray himself, 35 TP, a chain effect of multiplying the damage ratio by 1.5 times, and his chain order is Ruthless Persecution, which will boost damage to low HP enemies, which is enemies under 30% HP, by 60, 70, 80, 90, and finally 100% at the highest levels. As for the overall, haha, gun go burr. That's really the extent of it, but jokes aside, FMJ does a lot of damage. It is primarily a damage dealer. It's pretty squishy. 15 defense at max is not great, and it has pretty low HP, and because of how much damage it do, it can draw aggro pretty quickly, but that's what Dead Set is about. Dead Set completely removes your aggro, gets enemies off of you, and FMJ still does have ways to get around aggro, mainly in the fact that they have a few different evasion arts, with, what is it? I believe it is, Vengeance has it, and Violent Streak has it. So, you have some ways to get around around the fact that you'll be drawing a lot of aggro. And of course, you do have a lot of piercing options, which makes it very good against face tank enemies that will block a lot of attacks, that will just have not much damage dealt to them, but it does struggle against evasive heavy enemies, such as Pepitos from the last episode, because it can ruin the entire thing with Bullet Symphony. So of course, you want to use this against very tanky enemies, shoot them a bunch, do lots of damage to them, and you keep racking up the damage as you go along. It can be a little bit difficult to use because positioning is a little bit big. I mean, you do have things such as Vengeance that is from the front and Executioner from behind. You can boost that around, shuffle that around. Positioning Pro does help with that. Also just to show off. Oh! That's right. Gray is different. Precision Shot is a unique skill to Gray. Boost accuracy by auto attacks, I believe, is 100 to 150. Is what his is at. I think that's the case. It might be 120 to 150, I don't fully remember. I did forget that, though. But yeah, it's very good AoE. It's one of the best chain attack users, so more in the sense of the final move for FMJ is so devastating. incredibly good. Although Gray's order itself is pretty bad, low HP enemy is not something that's too big of a deal. So yeah. As for his gems, damage jump when canceling, extra dexterity, extra crit damage bonus, and then accessories, aggro reduction, long range attack, accuracy, and accuracy for each time an enemy evades attack. So yeah, FMJ is pretty solid all around. Oh, I was like, oh, Uni's already at level 10 for Signifer. No, she's not. So yeah, that does it for the FMJ, does it for Gray. And next time, we'll be moving on to Uni's hero quest. But until then, see you guys later.